How's it going, everyone? Once again, I appreciate the support you've been showing the channel. If you haven't already subscribed, I really appreciate it if you did. It would help out a lot in reaching our goal of 1,000 subs on YouTube. Thank you. But anyways, today we're going to go over some rumors pertaining to the Laker team. With the plans to restart the NBA being put out to the public, and with the drama about guys like Kyrie Irving, Dwight Howard, and Avery Bradley maybe not playing, it could potentially really hurt the team's odds of winning a championship. Because of that, we'll look at a couple of guys who could maybe replace them if they choose to not play. Along with that, we'll go over the New York Knicks interviewing the Lakers assistant coach Jason Kidd for their head coaching job. There have also been some light rumors about the Lakers' interest in Chris Paul moving forward that we will address as well. But starting off with Avery Bradley and Dwight Howard maybe not returning to the team to play in the bubble in Orlando. If rumors are to be believed, it seems like Dwight will join the team, but there hasn't been anything clear come out about Avery Bradley returning. This would really hurt the team if either one didn't come back to play, as both are a big part of the team's defensive identity. They rely heavily on Avery Bradley's on-ball defense and being able to make the opposing team's best guard work hard. And if he were to not return, this would put a lot of pressure on Alex Caruso and Rajon Rondo. Caruso is a good defender, but not quite on the level of Avery Bradley, and Rondo really doesn't put that much effort into defending anymore. They will also have Dion Waiters, but he isn't known for being a great defender either. So, who may be available to bring in if Avery Bradley wouldn't come back? Avery Bradley really isn't a point guard, although he is listed at point guard in the starting lineup. Lebron really mainly plays point guard. So just bringing in a guard in general would be needed to replace Bradley, not really a pure point guard. Though a key quality in a replacement player would need to be a great defender who plays hard. There isn't a whole lot available to fill this role, but there is one guy who I think could help fill the void. That player is Jonathan Simmons. I mentioned him in a prior video, and I believe he's probably the only available free agent who could help fill the void of Avery Bradley. He is a good defender who plays very hard, has good height to be able to guard positions 1 through 3, and would thrive playing for a team that likes to push the ball in transition. Along with that, he has a high defensive IQ, which he gained while playing for Greg Popovich for multiple years. His only drawback would be his shooting, where he hasn't been a consistent three-point shooter in the past. Like I mentioned, the pickings are very few for a free agent guard who is a good defender. Jonathan Simmons is the best guy I could think of, but another option could be Iman Shumpert. Shumpert, unfortunately, is the shell of a player he used to be, resulting from multiple injuries over the years, but he could still be a productive player in limited playing time for the right team. He has experience playing with LeBron in the past, and at one time he was known for being a good defender. Shumpert is another guy I could see the team considering if Avery Bradley would choose not to play, but I really do prefer Jonathan Simmons. Although Shumpert is only 29 years old yet, the injuries have really derailed his career. Simmons, on the other hand, was just given a bad contract he wasn't worth in the past, and it resulted in teams not wanting him on their team because of it. But I think he could still be a very valuable player for a minimum contract. Now onto a replacement player for Dwight Howard if he would choose to not play. DeMarcus Cousins would have been an obvious choice, but he came out earlier today and announced he will not be playing until next year. Joakim Noah wouldn't have been a bad option either for defense, but he just got picked up as well. One of the few guys available that could maybe help fill the void of Dwight Howard could be Kenneth Faried. At one point, Faried was a highly valued power forward who played a little at center as well. But when the NBA changed to mostly only valuing big men who could shoot, he was out of a job. Although Faried did make 10 3-point shots with the Rockets last year while shooting 35% and played predominantly at center, and he did well when playing there as well. Faried has always been known to play extremely hard and was one of the best rebounders in the league at one point. He isn't a great rim protector, but he uses his long arms to bother shots, and he is always giving full effort on defense at the very least. Another guy maybe worth considering would be Kosta Koufos, who is more of a traditional center, but he was playing in Russia earlier this year, so no guarantee he would even come and play in the NBA. Overall, I think the best replacement for Dwight would be Kenneth Faried if needed. Alright, now on to the New York Knicks being given permission to get an interview with assistant coach Jason Kidd. This kind of comes as a surprise given the timing of the NBA returning and the team focusing on the playoffs. Then again, it's the Knicks and they are pretty desperate. I'm also kind of surprised that Kidd is getting head coaching opportunities already. Although he seemed to do well as an assistant this year, he had a pretty poor track record as a head coach in Milwaukee and Brooklyn. I know he has a pretty good relationship with LeBron, so it would catch me off guard if he actually would leave the team after only 1 year and take the job in New York. That looks to be a pretty miserable time for the foreseeable future. It would hurt the Laker team a bit if he left, but I think we have a good head coach in Frank Vogel for years to come, so I'm not too worried about it. Finally, we'll talk about the Chris Paul trade rumors to the Lakers. Much like the Bradley Beal trade rumors, I think these are mostly just widespread fan rumors as well, but maybe a little more realistic. Because of his huge contract, it would be extremely hard to trade for him in the first place, but he is also going to be 35 years old next year as well. His contract that will go until the end of the 2022 season will be over $44 million a year at the end of it, and he'll be 37 years old then too. Although Chris Paul is an all-star and one of the best point guards in the league yet, I don't see the team pursuing this trade as it puts them in a bad position for the future and no flexibility going forward. The only way I could see it happening is if the Thunder would agree to pay some of his contract and take a hit to their salary cap instead of the team he gets traded to getting hit in their salary cap with his contract. This is very unlikely though, especially after Chris Paul has had a great year and has elevated the Thunder to the 5th seed after many believing they wouldn't even make the playoffs. Overall, I don't see much of a likelihood that he gets traded to Laker team, or the team really even considering pursuing him. It would put them in a bad situation for the future if anything were to go wrong, and they are already the favorites in many eyes to win the championship without him. But I think that'll do it for this video. What do you guys think about possible replacement players for Avery Bradley and Dwight Howard? How do you think it would affect the team's likelihood of bringing them back next year if they don't come back and play? Let me know what you think about all these rumors by commenting down below, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really helps out the channel a lot. And as always, thank you for watching.